Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the living room. Hello, BFs. You got your BravHos here, Laura and Kristen.
Hello.
There she is. It's a hot and steamy Tuesday night. It's been steamy here on the East Coast in Westchester County in particular, where we are. And we got a lot to talk about. There was no Jersey this week, so we're just going to hop around the dial and see what pops into our heads. So let's get going.
Okay.
All right. No Jersey this week.
I know. I was surprised.
And
I
quite frankly,
I went Sunday night. I'm all excited. I turned the TV on. No Jersey.
No Jersey. Quite frankly, I
break.
needed the break.
I think
I
did
needed
too.
the break.
I did.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted from
My-
that show.
What do I always say? My head hurts.
My head hurts. My back hurts. It makes my toes, my feet hurt. My arch hurts.
Drains the blood out of my body.
It's a blood drainer. All right. So no Jersey. So we thought that we'd mix it up. And we'd start with none other than The Bachelorette that started last night. Oh my God. I was a little like, wait. I don't know if I can do The Bachelorette.
Yeah.
I am so in. I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it. I haven't seen The Bachelor or The Bachelorette in a while. I took a big break from it.
I watched, and let me tell you, I'm so in love with Joey Graziadei.
Oh, gosh.
Janice from Joey's season. Joey was so easy on the eyes.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, Joey. Every time I see him, I'm always like, Joey. I love you, Joey.
Now, going back real quick, what did he do, the Bachelor, Joey? What was his thing?
Oh, he was just the cutest, loveliest, most delish.
Yeah.
Hot tamale. I thought Joey was so hot. He's a tennis pro.
Oh, he's a
tennis pro who lives in
pro.
Hawaii.
Oh,
Talk
wow.
about like
Yeah.
loaf for a living.
Yeah.
I mean, tennis pro.
nice.
So Jen was one of his, finalists.
Finalists?
I definitely knew Jen was not going to win.
Okay.
But
he had his eyes set on somebody else.
I forget her name now, but she absolutely gorge.
Okay.
Here's the thing, though. I didn't really get to know Jen's personality off that Bachelor. Watching the Bachelorette premiere last night,
Yeah.
I freaking love Jen Tran.
I love her.
Oh my God, she's
I
first
fell
of all,
in love with her right away
Me
as
too.
it started. I'm like, this woman is endearing.
She just gets it. She's cool.
She's super cool.
She's gorgeous. She's
Yeah.
funny.
She's fun.
She's hip.
Yeah.
Like she's great. Like
she seems like she kind of goes with the flow.
And I love that she's the first Asian Bachelorette.
Yeah.
Let's give that a
She's
hint.
making history, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
and she's going to be a physician's assistant.
I know she's 25, I think.
Oh
right?
my! No, she's 26.
Oh, she's 26.
Not that, but
okay.
in those years it matters. 25 to 26
Yes.
matters.
Yes.
I thought it was great that she's from Boston. I was actually just in Boston for 4th of July. We hope everybody had a great 4th.
Yes. I hope everyone enjoyed 4th of July.
How was your 4th? Was it good, Kristen?
It was good. Yeah, just stayed home, chilled with the family, had a small barbecue with like my brother-in-law. It was very nice.
Cooked up some street meat.
Yes.
Cooked up some street meat.
Yeah.
Great. I was up in Boston. We had a lovely time. Hotter than, hotter than Hades out. But anyway, so she's great. She's looking for a partner that understands her and lets her be her.
Yes.
And she's looking, as she said last night, which I thought was funny, she's looking for a ferocious love. Ferocious. She wants to be a tiger. So I think she's going to find it.
I think so. And it gave a little background about her family. I think she was
Mother?
saying something about she had did she have a strained relationship with her father?
Yeah, I was going to say, is there no father involved?
Or there's no father involved?
Because they really only focused on the mom.
Her mom, yeah.
Who's from Vietnam.
Yeah.
And the minute, they had to find like that hottie whose parents are also from Vietnam. He's got the Vietnam tattoos.
Thomas, I remember his name.
I was like,
the swimmer.
damn.
He was nice.
But you know what? They look like they're perfect on paper, but something tells, like he is one of my top picks.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't think he's going to be the guy.
I agree.
I don't think he's going to be the guy.
I don't think she's going to choose him.
He's going to be in the running, though.
Yeah, he'll get down toward the end. Maybe he'll be in the bottom 5.
I want to ask you this, too. What do you think of Jesse Palmer? I like Jesse Palmer. I think he's cute.
Okay.
The host, Jesse.
Oh, yes. He was a bachelor himself, wasn't he?
You know what? There
Or
are
am I
so
wrong?
many seasons
There's
in
so
there
many, I
that I
know.
didn't see.
Okay.
So I actually think he was the Bachelor.
Yeah, he was.
I can't believe I don't know this.
Yeah.
But I don't. Let's just go with that he was.
Okay, let's go with he was.
But I like him. I think he's handsome. I know he just had a baby.
Oh, how nice.
Because on the Golden Bachelor, he was waiting when they did the wedding. They aired the wedding of Jerry, who was actually said his name was Jerry, but it was spelled Gary.
Okay.
Gary and Theresa's wedding. He was waiting for his wife to call him.
Yeah.
And that was last year. So he's a new daddy. So I just think that's cute on a man.
I like him. He's very charismatic. He
just
works
cute.
perfectly.
Yeah.
So he posted the Golden Bachelor then. He did that too.
Yes. He's the
so
guy now.
He's the guy for
He's
everything.
the Chris Harrison.
That's
He's
perfect.
just waltzed right in and said, "Bye, Chris. Bye."
I'm in.
I'm
I
here.
think he works perfectly.
All right. So The Bachelor obviously never disappoints when
Yeah.
they do these intros.
Oh my God.
The cheese aroma factor of these, the fromage that is on display is outrageous.
Now, again, I got away from this for a while, but
So they
the
always do this.
entrances that they did on this one, I'm like, have they been doing this for the past few seasons?
Oh yeah,
'Cause
they
were
always do it.
crazy.
They always do it, and
Okay.
some of them are so bad. But the first guy that rolled up
Okay.
was let's see.
Was he the army vet?
Yeah, Marcus. I think
he was
Mark.
one of my favorites.
He's up there in my top 5.
yeah,
I don't think she's picking him.
I don't.
He's the
either.
one who had the grenade, right? There was a grenade incident.
Yeah.
And then he's just happy to be here.
Yes.
Which is amazing because
Yes.
he's part of the service, so we love him for that.
Yep.
But I thought he was a little boring. I don't think he's going to work out for Jen. I think he's cute.
She seems like she wants somebody a little exciting.
She wants ferocity, darling.
There you go. She
She
wants
wants
ferocity,
ferociousness.
like
Ferocious.
Yes.
All right, so I don't know. The guy who spoke French was the second guy to get out. I was like, eh. He was from Santa Monica.
Did she choose him did she give him a rose?
I want to say his name was Marvin, I think.
Okay,
I don't
maybe.
know.
Well,
first of all,
she gave him a rose. There were so many.
I know. Well, you know the ones that aren't going to do well when they start jamming through.
Yeah,
you know
they're
what
not
I
giving
mean?
a little background
Because
on
the
them.
third guy out of the limo, not that I'm going to go through all the limo people,
Right.
but the best ones I thought were up top.
Okay.
Was Salmon, the entrepreneur, which means no job,
Okay, yeah.
living in a basement somewhere. He looked greasy to me, Salmon, but he's the one. He has the Ryan Gosling vibe.
Okay, he's the one that is like a contractor.
Oh no!
he said.
This is sorry. I'm getting my Sams confused. That was Sam M. This is Sam N. He's the virgin, the love
That
virgin.
was so funny to me.
He's Iranian.
He's
Iranian.
a love virgin. So does that mean he's not a real
Listen,
virgin? He's just a virgin.
He's
as
never
in
been
he's
in
never
love.
been in love.
And you know what? You don't
He
tell.
was a little.
Don't tell a woman. He was greasy. I'm sorry. He looked greasy and sweaty. He had spent way too much time in the limo. Hang
But
on.
he did get a rose.
He did. But he was the last rose. I'm pretty sure he was the
He was
one
the
of
last
the
rose
last
because she
ones.
was like, "Do I choose this guy or?"
Well, the
go?"
producer's just pick him. But you don't tell a woman that you've never been in love before. You don't want to break that in on someone. You want to know somebody's able to go there. That's my personal opinion. If guys I'm a love virgin, I'd be like, well, great. Go out and break your cherry someplace else.
That might not be the first thing you want to say to somebody that you're trying to
what I
win
mean.
their hands.
He's Iranian. He's from Iran. He's Iranian.
Okay.
He does have a certain gravitas to him. He's got that beard.
Yeah.
And he's, he's like a dark, good-looking guy. But I'm not sure, and I say no to the love virgin.
No,
That's what I say.
I'm gonna say absolutely not.
Okay, we're coming up on my top pick.
Okay,
And
so
I think
we
your
have top pick. We're gonna do top 3 or just number 1 pick? You think?
I think this guy. I'm not exactly sure who she's gonna pick.
Okay.
But I know that Grant, 30, day trader.
Thank you.
Oh.
Because he's in my list. I loved him.
Tamale.
Oh my God.
He was the guy who did the beatbox.
He was ferocious. I would say he's a good pick for her.
Hot. Did he come up in the? I think he came up in a Ferrari. Or he was in the pictures. Were in a Ferrari.
In the flashbacks of his life, they showed him in a prop. Oh yeah.
Tamale.
And yeah.
I would.
And a
literally-
former basketball player. I mean, tall.
Excuse me. There was an immediate flood in the basement when I saw him. Immediate flood in the basement. Whip out the mop, baby. Sorry, but hot tamale.
I think she said, and she was saying he's hot and he's hot and he's hot.
Oh, yeah.
She said it like 3 times in a row.
And he's really hot. And he's hot. And he's really hot. He's really hot. So for whatever reason, she likes him.
Liked
and
him.
Grant. And by the way, I almost named my son Grant. Mm-hmm. That name is
a great
so
name.
hot.
Yeah.
It fits him. Hi, I'm Grant. It's so like James Bond. Like,
Yes, it is.
Tamale.
Yes.
Hot tamale. Oh, and now comes douche canoe number 7, Sam M., the Myrtle Beach contractor, who thinks he's the hottest thing since sliced bread.
She chose him as the best impression.
He got the first impression rose, and
I was disappointed that she did that.
So was I. I was like, and by the way, he knows he's hot. He knows he's good looking. He was like, she's like, how are you feeling? He's like, better now. You know, and he's sitting there with his best, like,
did you think
come
that
hither stare.
Their kiss went a little much?
Excuse me. She went from.
That was just.
Wait a minute. She went from, I really don't want to kiss because I really want to be sure and I don't want to, like, give that off, to laying practically spread eagle on the couch.
I think they were about to go at it.
I was like,
really were
whoa.
like, is this gonna stop?
Right.
I was feeling uncomfortable and I was just watching it.
I was like, wait a second. For somebody who says she doesn't want to, like, get involved right off the bat, I'm like, shit, you're laying on the couch. This guy's like, hey, you're literally like.
That was,
tonsil hockey on steroids.
I think out of the Bachelor and Bachelorettes I've seen, I have not seen one like that.
I was like, he's going to knock her tooth out. Like, that's how far down he was down her throat. I'm like, damn.
Okay, so he's a player, and I think
Sam,
they showed something in the.
And I think he turns out to be. He's going to be the dick in the house.
He's going to be the dick.
You know, it's going to be the one that they're like, listen, somebody's here for the wrong reason.
They said
there's
that.
always one every season. That's how
I knew it. I smelled that the minute I saw him.
But you don't know, like, that's my worst fear.
Yeah.
Is that they're not here for me.
She's always picking the wrong guy.
Or they're just here to get on Instagram and get 7 million followers. Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm so in love with Jen Tran.
Okay,
like, I could not love her more.
Yeah.
So
she's a perfect pick.
Here's the other guy that's definitely the hot dude.
Okay.
Is the guy who's the retirement advisor, the guy whose parents are from Vietnam. His name is he's another
Thomas N.
Thomas N.
Yes,
we talked about him. Swimmer's body,
yeah.
full on V.
Yeah,
I love a swimmer's body. Big shoulders going to the teeny tiny waist. And
yes,
tight butts.
Yes.
Hello, girl.
He was very nice, and
He's
obviously
so
they have a lot in common because of their background.
So those are my tops, those guys that we just spoke about. Now, I just wanted to mention a few others that made me laugh. And, like, who told him this was a good idea? Brendan, the guy who gets out. He's a real estate guy, and he gets out and he eats the hot pepper. And then he eats another hot pepper.
She gave him a rose, did she?
What? What is the matter with you? And so what? So he's sweating and eating it. He's like, oh, excuse me. And he's like, I definitely need water, man.
Oh, God.
And he was like, I'm ready to take the heat. Like, that was his big entrance. It
was weird.
Here's her.
It was just, if you're trying to make an impression, I don't know where that's going. It was strange.
The guy who's the biggest nerd of all time, I just have to mention him, Spencer 30, who's a pet portrait entrepreneur.
He was a little
So
weird,
what
too.
in God's name is the pet portrait entrepreneur? Can someone tell me?
She gave him a rose, too.
She did, because he likes animals and she's an animal lover.
Okay.
But he is such a nerd.
Yeah.
Oh my God, nerd alert, nerd alert. The guy who came up with the puppies was very cute.
Yeah, he was cute.
And the other guy, just honorable mention, the guy who came up all wrapped up with his ass sticking out.
Okay, I gave him honorable mention too, but I did like him.
First of all, he looks like somebody smashed him in the face with a frying pan.
Well, he added he added a lot of comedy.
The nose was like...
And his butt hanging out in the back.
I like what he said, watch me, I'm a bit cheeky. And then he flashed her his ass cheek. I was like, I love this guy. But when
you got to give it to him for originality.
Yeah, but the thing is, he should have been a lot hotter when he took off those bandages, because it's like...
I didn't think he was too bad.
See,
listen, the nose was too much?
The nose, he looked like a boxer to me. He looks like a guy whose nose has been broken 25 times.
Okay.
And he was like, frig it, I'm not getting it fixed no more. He looks like he's took a couple of punches. Let's just say that. But he was worth it. So, yeah. So, I don't know. I think we're going to keep our eye on The Bachelorette.
We're going to keep our eye and see where this one goes. I'm really excited.
But she sent 7. Oh, and also honorable mention, it's the first time I've ever seen on The Bachelor in like 14 quintillion seasons that they've had. A fat guy. I've never seen a fat guy on The Bachelor.
You know what? I was kind of rooting for him.
I was rooting for the fat guy. I was like, come on.
Was he from Boston?
He was very funny.
He was very funny.
He said to the...
Kind of lovable.
Wait, he said to the contractor that we hate, douche canoe number 7 or whatever.
Sam.
He said to him, he's like, hey, man, you look like you should be in Top Gun. He's like, you should be in Top Gun 3, dude. And I was like, oh, my God, he's funny. So, all right, he is the fat, funny guy. But should have kept him around just for the sheer comedy level. Yeah, his name was Brett, and he's like, look, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. It's okay.
I picked somebody really quick that he might make it down towards the end. It was
I know who you're
Aaron,
gonna say.
the aerospace engineer.
Whose brother
was a contestant on The Bachelorette.
So he's got creepy serial killer vibes to me.
Does he?
But he is cute, and I can see him making it.
Okay.
Like, I can see him getting...
He seemed kind of, like, serious. Like, he was really in it to, get her,
yeah,
to win her over.
He seems serious.
He seems serious.
Seems
like,
a little
serious.
too serious.
Yeah, but also maybe serious, like, I really do want a commitment and a relationship. So we'll see.
And you know who else? One more mention. Devin, 28.
I liked him. He stood out to me, too.
Yeah. He's definitely going to be there for a minute.
He's going to be there. I agree.
And they have like...
He has a past that might be a little similar to hers because she didn't have her father. He was raised by a single mother.
Yes.
So they maybe have that connection.
And he's got a huge personality, and she wants the ferociousness.
He's got that nice big smile.
Yeah, he's got a big smile.
Yeah, I like that.
So she sent 7 people home after the rose ceremony. Get rid of the riffraff.
Okay.
And they're going to
down to
Australia.
18
They're going down under.
That's a new one, right? They don't usually do that.
Oh, and the big thing we forgot to mention. Yeah. I'm going, why are they not at the mansion? They weren't at the mansion. They were at the name of the place was the Bird's Nest something.
Okay.
The Hummingbird's Nest Ranch. And then I looked it up and it said, I was like, what's happening at the mansion? Is it under renovation? Because that mansion is getting a little rundown.
Maybe that's why.
But they made it look like the mansion. So it was like, if I didn't catch that at the beginning, I would have been like, I wouldn't have really been able to tell it wasn't the mansion.
Yeah.
But it was something like shooting schedules or something because they were leaving the next day to go to Australia.
Okay.
So it had something to do with that. So anyway, I thought maybe it was falling in or, the house was falling down and they couldn't go. But anyway, that's why.
So we'll do a recap again next
week. We're gonna keep our eye on it. We're gonna keep you bring you the highlights.
Every Monday.
Gonna bring you the highlights. So
Sounds
all
good.
right.
So now the other big news: Lindsay Hubbard is pregnant.
Lindsay's having a baby.
I knew it. Yeah, I think we all knew it.
Wait, when did you know it? When she was bald-faced lying?
There was something coming out about her not doing the traders.
Right.
And Ciara coming in. And I'm going, why? Lindsay, to me, seems like someone that says kind of yes to a lot of things.
Oh, are you kidding?
And she would have been really good on the traders.
She would have been great because she's she's a shark.
Yeah, she's a shark.
I bet you they would have picked her to be the trader.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
She
might be a little too ostentatious, but she's good at manipulation.
Yes.
And that is what you need to be on the traders. Plus, the traders is red hot. All of them want to be on that show.
Yes.
And they're going to Scotland with Alan Cumming, the Scottish.
Alan Cumming, the
That's
best
not Scottish,
host
by the way.
ever.
I don't know what I'm talking about. But wait a minute. Okay. So the People magazine article, obviously, that came out.
Yeah.
She did, I don't know if it was in that article or if it was just another one, but they asked her reaction. She was like, that's just a bummer. It sucks that Dorinda would say that. So Lindsay's clearly under the impression that Dorinda gave it up to the producers.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I'm going to say one thing because I'm for Lindsay with everything, but you can't do the show if you're pregnant. So
you can't?
No.
Why? Is that like an insurance thing?
I think it's part of the contract that you have to pass like a physical, you have to pass a psychological exam.
Right, because it's all that physical stuff.
It's a lot of physical stuff.
Of course.
So I think if you're pregnant, you cannot do this. So she couldn't do it anyway. Now, if Dorinda meddled in and got involved in that, yeah, that's not right. Maybe,
You know
right?
what? I don't think
don't know.
Dorinda, though. I think Dorinda's cool like that. And she's a
She
mother.
vehemently denies that she said anything.
I was going to
though.
say, because Dorinda's a mom, like, I could see Dorinda being like, look, I would never do that. Like, that's Lindsay's news. She doesn't even really know Lindsay very well, and she's
So
like,
who would have leaked this, you think?
I don't know. But then, all of a sudden there was Sierra. So Sierra, bow ring, gorgeous, the most beautiful woman on earth. But oh my God, the most boring human. Are they going to have a giant bed for her to sit in? Sure.
She might then be good on the traders, because if she's boring, she might stay under the radar because no one's paying attention to her.
You know what? She actually might be a
Because I
wonderful
could see her
trader.
not being a trader. She could be a faithful.
But
All
she might
right.
be a wonderful trader because she's so close to the vest.
She is.
But are they going to have a giant bed? Because her and Paige never get out of the freaking bed. So they're going to have a giant bed for her to play the game from? They're just going to have her. They're going to roll out a huge cot and be like, Sierra. They got to have Paige come over, because then Paige and her could hang out in the bed all day. It's what these millennials do.
Yeah.
They hang out in bed.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know, somebody even told me, and I don't know
How many bed scenes did we see on Summer Houses last season?
That's all they do. It's
That's all
gorgeous
they did.
freaking weather. There's a pool 20 feet away, and these
dingbats.
Dingbats
They're crawling into bed.
are hanging out in bed all day. Like, what? And I think I was just having this conversation with someone, and I swear to God, they said that they don't even have living spaces anymore. Like in these millennials, like the trend is they're not going to they're just going to have a little place for TV. They don't have dining rooms anymore.
Okay.
Because they don't dine. They do everything in their freaking bedrooms.
Yeah, okay.
So, listen, if those two are any indication, it's all about the bed.
But here I have a question.
Talk to me.
Okay, about Lindsay.
Talk to me.
So she's returning to Summer House. The only thing, okay, that's fine.
Which
But
started
she's
this weekend.
It started this past weekend, right? She's pregnant. Now, Summer House is like party house. I just wonder how this is going to play out with her pregnancy. I mean, she's not going to be able to drink. How is she going to mesh in with everybody? How is this going to go? Her, the Carl passed. It's going to be very interesting.
And Carl's going to be there. But this goes
Yeah.
to my point. Where there has to be a graduation date. There needs to be a graduation date, because do we need to have pregnant Lindsay with her swollen ankles next to like hot Jesse Solomon? Like, no, it's just a dichotomy. And why is Carl there? Carl, graduate, Carl. You're so old now. I mean, look, Kyle, great energy. But Kyle, you're 43.
Yeah.
You're closer to 50 than you are to anything else. Like, what are you doing there? Like,
it's going to be...
How is it going to play out? It's going to be
the young
weird.
Energy there, right, is going to be West, Jesse,
and there's some newbies.
Paige, and Amanda,
so
and Ciara. And then there's going to be some newbies.
So
they're going to be like the young
people.
energy. Carl doesn't drink anymore, and he broke up with Lindsay, so he's going to be in a little bit of a weird spot. Lindsay's going to be... because here's a question I have really quick. Lindsay and Danielle were like a team, right? Oh, Gabby. She's got Gabby. Yeah, so but she'll chill with Gabby the whole time.
Gabby's great. Gabby's got issues. Gabby needs to just get out of the shower and stop crying and go out on a date. Remember last season, she was like, I only cry like once a year.
Yeah.
And when I do, it's for like 8 hours. And like she cried in the shower at the summer house. I was like, Gabby, what are you doing? Gabby, go on a date. You're a beautiful girl. What are you doing? You're in the Hamptons. Don't cry in the shower, Gabby. Gabby, don't be friends with Lindsay either.
It's going to be a very interesting season. And I am curious to see the dynamic between Lindsay and Carl.
But that's it. And after that, the whole show has to wrap its ass up.
Okay. It's maybe.
Time.
It was an excellent season last year.
It was, but it's because of
season,
those two.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, they should already be on a spin-off, like Nursing Home House.
And the other thing I was going to bring up is that she does have her man now, Lindsay, and he's a mystery man. He wants to maintain his privacy. All we know is that he's a doctor in biotech.
And we've seen his hands. He has very nice fingernails.
Yeah, he seems nice and
we've
tall,
seen his
but we
hands.
haven't seen him. And he does not want to reveal himself because of his job.
Right,
That's what I read.
But he's like a doctor in biotech. So does that mean he has his doctorate, or is he an actual medical doctor?
I don't know.
That's what I need to know. I do think he has nice knuckles. This is all we can comment on. He does not have hair. He doesn't have hair growing out of his hands. No. I mean, he seems to be well kept.
Yeah.
But listen, you can't be dating Lindsay Hubbard and not want to be on TV because Lindsay she'll go to the opening, as the old saying goes, of an envelope. So you better get ready, pal. Mm-hmm. She's going to opening of envelopes. So are you.
Well, Lindsay she brings good TV. So I'm sure she's going to bring.
I don't know why you'd have a baby with Lindsay. Like, that's going to be a long haul.
I'm just curious to see how this pregnancy
is going to play out on the season.
It's like having a baby with Bethany on the season.
It's like being married to Bethany. Impossible. Impossible. That whole Bethany season with Bethany getting married and then Bethany ever after. Oh my God.
I watched that.
Oh my God. I'm still scarred. I'm still scarred for that poor Jason Hoppy.
We wish Lindsay the best.
So Lindsay, all right, we're interested. And by the way, another thing I saw on all their socials this weekend that they were like, and they were all making a funny face in the picture and everything. Yeah. And Danielle is smack in the middle. So I don't know. They said she was going to be around for a few things. So
she might be what you'd consider a friend of, maybe?
A friend of, like she's now been downgraded.
Have friend of on the Summerhouse.
Well, we just made her one. So she's clearly not coming back, which is, not of her doing, even though she had to concentrate.
No, she made it sound like it was her doing.
They always do that, and we've talked about this before.
To save face, yes. I think she put out that
because nobody's leaving. Again, no one's leaving that paycheck, girl.
No.
Girl, ain't nobody.
All right, if you want to jump, do you want to talk a little bit about Tree?
Yeah, wait, I do want to, but I just want to mention this. I want to mention, we're just a quickie from Vanderpump. Do you remember Annie Maddox?
Yes.
Sandoval's assistant, who was like the go-between between
How
him
could we forget Anne?
Excuse me, Anne. I've now seen Anne in two national commercials. Mm-hmm. One, I can't remember what either one of them was for. One was like what they call a regional commercial, which only airs in a certain region. Mm-hmm. Must be here on the East Coast. And then another one. Mm-hmm. I'm like, Anne. All for just saying, being the go-between between Sandoval and Ariana.
Yep.
Plus, she was on Watch What Happens Live. I mean, plus she has a podcast. Mm-hmm. I mean, it just shows you the reach.
She has a podcast?
Yes, I think she has more than one. No, or she definitely has a podcast.
Wow.
So this is carrying this woman.
She's riding this
She doesn't have to worry. I mean, just shows you the reach of Scandival.
Yeah.
Just shows you the far reach. I've seen Anne. I'm keeping track.
Oh
but it's not even like I could even miss it. Like, boom, there she was. I was like, oh my God, there's Anne. It's Anne Maddox. And you pointed out before, Maddox and Maddox.
Yes.
Ariana's Maddox. She's
and Anne is Maddox.
But they spell it, Ariana spells it Madix. She spells it Maddox.
Okay. So
I don't even know why or how I know that.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I have no idea. I can't remember where my keys are, but I can tell you that they spell it differently.
I did hear an interview that LVP did on one of the podcasts, and she didn't seem too impressed with Anne. She
Thank
was
you.
Like,
LVP knows what's up. What did she say? What did she say?
She's like, oh, darling, please.
Darling,
she kind of was just like, all right.
It's not happening, dear. She knows how inconsequential she is to the world. So anyway, I had to mention that. But Tree, let's go to Tree.
Well, here's the thing,
what are we talking about?
There's some things going on in the news, but in the reality verse. So she had this Photoshop bomb that happened.
Who did that? Helen Keller? Who Photoshopped that? It's Stevie Wonder? No, I'm not even kidding. What?
It was so funny.
They look like they were in outer space and they plopped on the beach.
I've heard Theresa say she's not big on social media. So I think her people probably do her social media for her. Maybe this one she tried to do it herself.
Oh, my God.
And it just didn't work out. But I have to say, she's kind of making fun of herself with it. So she's got a very good sense of humor.
You'd have to.
But her with Larsa trying to wish her a happy birthday, and it looked like a fake beach drop.
Oh, my God.
And now everyone is taking that, and they're putting different backdrops in. And
it's hysterical. That's going to be like now the meme that's everywhere.
It's going to be the meme of the summer, I think.
Meanwhile,
right?
I'm sure she had many a photo with her and Larsa.
Yeah.
Like, why did she have to fake post one on the beach?
Here's why, I think. Because they have their hot little bodies, and it's summer.
That is true.
So they probably I'm going to show us in our summer gear with our hot bodies, and I'm going to say happy birthday to my girl. So I think that's maybe. I don't know.
Tree's body. Listen, I am no one to make any statements, but I think Larsa's days are behind her, like posting suit stuff. Not that, but I mean, next to Tree, who looks like,
oh yeah,
it looks like, I don't know, she's like a goddess.
yeah, I know. She
That
looks
body
amazing.
is crazy.
It's crazy.
It's like getting in a picture next to Luann. No one can look that good.
Yeah,
Luann, for a almost 60-year-old, if not 60-year-old woman, she looks incredible.
Yeah. When you look that incredible, though, I think,
can't even imagine.
Yes,
What is
it's
that like?
hard work and working out. It's also good genes, though.
Excuse me, that is...
It's
you
good
gotta be
genetics.
gifted that.
Yeah.
Like Bethany. I was just talking about Bethany, but come on now, skinny girl. Like,
oh, please. I know.
come on. That woman's body is another
sick.
body that's incredible.
What is Bethany, 50, 52?
I think she's our age. She's like 53, 54.
Okay. So she looks amazing. Yeah.
She's right in there. So anyway,
That
how to
is
mention
good
Anne.
genetics,
So
and
Tree,
it's hard work, of
so
course.
Tree did mention that those were her curly extensions she
That's
was having
another
in.
thing that's all over the internet. Everyone's talking about her curly hair.
But she has that curly hair.
naturally curly hair.
Yes.
Do you remember the earlier days of the Real Housewives of New Jersey?
I do.
She always had that curly hair.
Yes, she always had the lion's
So she
mane.
went back. She had the lion's mane. She went back to her natural curls. So I think, of course, she pulls it off so nicely. Everyone's talking about those waves.
But let me tell you, she's had a ton of surgery because when you look at the old Tree from prostitution,
A little different.
from
She
the
looks a little
table flip,
different now.
her
Yeah.
nose is the first thing you're like, whoa. Did you ever see, you know what I love on the internet? When they
Yeah.
do, if the stars were real people and didn't have money, and then it's like fat Brad Pitt, and just, it's like Kim Kardashian and like Kanye.
Don't you love it?
400
like if they were just
pounds.
ordinary people,
Right,
what would they look
but
like?
all the pictures are them like it's like they're sitting like in a family pose picture and they're all fat and Kim's all greasy with her original nose and her greasy hair.
Yeah.
It's hysterical. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so funny.
But these people, they can afford a glow up, right? They're always getting their glow
Hells
up.
to the yes. It's all about a glam.
It's all about the glam squad, the glow up,
You should
the
get
whole
glam.
thing.
Come over.
But also with Tree, I was just going to mention really
Talk to
quick,
me.
she
Talk
did
to
show
me.
a picture of her and Jackie out with the husbands for dinner.
Oh,
to
yes.
keep up a united front to say we are not fake friends, we're real friends. And something about their friendship is very organic. So I'm going to say,
No one cares.
I believe them. I'm going to be Team Tree and Team Jackie on this.
You know, it's Jackie for me.
It's Jackie. I know you're not a big Jackie fan.
I don't.
Yeah.
Tree is being nice to you, Jackie, by posing in a picture because literally, I'm glad they're still friends because it gives like Jackie at least a little face.
Okay,
like
gives her a
we're
purpose.
still friends. Like I was
Yeah.
the idiot this season, but we're still friends. We're still friends.
Well, you know,
Team Jackie,
with
go
this
away.
supposed reboot that might happen
away.
with Real Housewives of Jersey, Tree has to, if she stays on the show, Jackie might have a chance to either remain a friend of or maybe get back in the cast.
I
right?
will-
Now, if Tree is gone, which I still don't think that's going to happen,
No
but if Tree
way.
is gone, Jackie's done.
Absolutely.
So Jackie
There's
will have
no
nowhere
way.
to go
There
because
is no
she
way.
has no friends.
On this God's green
Except
earth,
Tree.
that Jackie Goldenschneider is gonna be on anything after
Yeah.
this season.
Ugh,
Yikes!
It's going to be.
Although I
Yeah.
did, wait a minute. You sent me this. You sent me this clip.
Yeah.
Was that today? Was Tree on, or is that a repeat? She was on with Kelly Ripa.
No, I think she was on with Kelly Ripa. It might have been today or yesterday.
Oh, okay. So it's new, and
Yeah,
she
it's
even
new.
says in that clip.
Yeah.
What? Now it just flew out of my head. Oh my god. Oh my god. It was here and it's gone. Where did it go? What was I
she
going to
was
say?
saying that she doesn't
Oh.
intend to leave the show, but it's Bravo's decision.
Thank you.
Spoken
Exactly.
with true. I'm going to
But
give
she's
it to her.
right.
Spoken with true class.
And you know what?
And
she-
I think she really means it.
And I agree. And Tree does it perfectly. She
Yeah.
toes the company line.
Yes.
It's up to
she
Bravo.
does toe the line
whatever
very well.
Bravo says. And you know what? That's the truth.
And this
whatever
is why
Bravo says.
I think this is why she's one of Andy's favorites. I think
She's
this
great.
is why Andy likes
And
her
I
so
like
much.
that. And she also said, I built this show. I
She
built
did.
this show. And I'm not going anywhere unless Bravo says.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Again, spoken with true
Right.
class.
And if she was getting on there, but by the way,
Yeah.
the antithesis of like Jax Taylor, dum dum. Like
Yeah.
when he's talking to Lisa Vanderpump right before he gets fired from Vanderpump, and he's like,
Yeah.
"But it's my show, and I didn't earn." And
Oh,
she's
God.
like, "Your show." Lisa was like,
Your
"Your
show."
show." It was like, "Ching." We're gonna fire Jax now, but like Jax, you're an idiot. Like, shut up.
Oh,
Try
my
have a little
God.
humility.
Jax landed in a pot of gold with the Valley. He
totally
lucked out.
Listen, the
with
guy
that.
is.
I'll give him credit. He might have helped put the Valley together. Great for him.
By the way, another thing, just throwing it in, Nia and Danny are all over talking about Jax's lies.
I saw.
And I was like, great. I'm so happy because, like, not everybody has to go on and be total jackass dickweeds like Jax. You know what I mean? Like, these two are obviously the sweetest.
Yes.
And they're adorable. They met at church, for Christ's sake.
Oh, come on.
I mean, they literally met at church.
They're perfect.
So they're not going to come on trashing the planet Earth, but he's trying to say there's problems in their marriage. He's trying to stir up a storyline.
I think there's going to be some brewing issues on the new season.
With Nia and Danny?
I think so, with Jax and Dan. No, with Jax and Danny.
Oh, I hope so.
I think, yeah.
Danny Bucco's going to beat the crap out of Jax Taylor. But he is Jason Couchy. They are both Italian boys.
Yes.
So maybe, I'm sure Jax has a little in there, but he just needs somebody to kick his ass.
And they're both from Michigan.
Kick his ass, Danny.
Yeah, come on.
Bucco.
Okay.
All right. So
one final thing I do want to say was that I was reading, there is a little bit of early scoop on what actually happened at Rails for New Jersey.
Talk to me.
So it looks like another big fight happens between Danielle and Jenna because Jenna made some comment about Danielle's husband Nate having man boobs. And Danielle
and who wears
blew
the
a
bra?
gasket and threw something across the room, and glass was everywhere. This is what
it was something like he needs a bra, but you wear the bra or something. Listen, Nate has man boobs. As a matter of fact,
does he have? I never. Did they show him shirtless?
But no,
oh God.
But I see it through the T-shirt. Now, speaking of Jax Taylor, hold on. Speaking of Jax Taylor, he had the man boob surgery.
Okay, did he?
But Jax didn't have the actual Nate boobs. Like, Nate's got some teats.
Ooh.
Jax had a little bit. He wanted them flat and really flat, just like a nipple, and like almost like an implant looking. Like, he wanted them to pop out, but in a man way.
Okay.
Sorry.
Very interesting.
Right, not in a woman's way, but I do have to agree with Jen Aiden. She's not lying.
Okay,
and
well,
she's married to
set Danielle off apparently because she went
Of course it
crazy.
did. But listen.
But isn't the man boobs, is that a result possibly of steroid use? Sometimes they say that.
You're right.
I don't know. I don't know much about it.
Well,
but
listen,
I'm not saying he had steroids.
The technical term for it is gynecomastia.
Okay, you know.
Male breasts.
You're good.
Because I do see ads if I pick up a magazine, there's always like, do you have gynecomastia? And then it's a picture of a man in the back like, no boobs. Oh my God.
Well, we know one person who isn't going to fix that, Bill Aiden. He's not doing that surgery.
Oh, yeah, right, exactly. See, that's why they should be friends. Listen, you should really just be friends with Jen Aiden for the mere fact.
Please.
That Bill's going to give you a discount, if not free, surgery.
We know Bill does amazing work because Jenna looks amazing. So, yeah, I think he'd do a
Frankenstein,
good job.
her own Frankenstein.
Her
All right,
Frankenstein. Okay.
so let's roll it out with the OC.
Are we excited?
That's
it's starting
on Thursday. As a matter of fact, we are thinking about it.
This is going to be, I think, one of the best seasons yet.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Now, we're not sure, but we may be having a emergency episode coming out Saturday because I didn't realize it was starting this Thursday.
Yeah.
So
we may have to do a recap. Like a quick recap.
I think we might have to do a quick, like a recap Friday. So look for us if you're listening and you're still with us here. We're gonna try to get one out for Friday or Saturday.
Okay, I think we should.
So let's talk about it.
I'm
Shannon Storms Bajor.
Shannon. We're starting with the DWI.
Oh, Shannon Bador was seen in a car and there's an accident. I mean, it's all like all the reports like choom, 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 choom.
Yes.
Listen, Shannon, they show, it was funny how they show like the reunion and she's like, why are you saying that? I need to I am not an alcoholic with the freaking extension. Talk about curly extension.
That hair was like a lion's mane, right? At the last reunion.
Oh my God.
I mean, I think she even said that.
Talk
it was literally a lion's mane.
I feel like Shannon went into the Jersey car wash. Remember I was saying that they all start looking like a normal person and then they get put into the car wash. They all come out with the ring.
Oh,
the extensions,
my
the
God.
glam, the nose job, the chin job, the eye job.
She had
And
a lot
she's
of
had
stuff
it on
done.
the show.
She talked about it. Yeah, about
But
all
wait,
the work
I
she's
saw
had
her
done.
at BravoCon, and honestly,
Did
she
you?
looked a little like Eeyore, like she was sewn together. She was like,
Really?
the extensions are sewn in. The makeup was like caked on.
Okay.
The outfit was like canary yellow. Like it was just, I don't know. Her face looked weird. She just looked so fake.
Okay.
And Shannon's like naturally pretty.
I think she is, yeah.
I thought she was pretty.
She was a little
What?
over the top.
Oh
though.
my God.
Oh
she's
my
gone
God.
full over to the dark side.
So when they did the reunion, what was it, like 10 days later that she got the DUI, right?
Yes, and it's funny
Okay.
because they show at the reunion, it's Shannon talking, and then they say, Gina's like, are you sure you don't want to look into it, Shannon, about her drinking?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
cut to all the articles, Shannon Bedore,
Yes.
3 a.m, hits a house, and then drives away. Honey, you hit it. She said it was just a bad night.
Oh, the poor
Shannon,
thing.
you smashed into someone's house
Mm-hmm.
and drove away at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
It was a little bit more than just a bad night.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think?
Yeah. I think that this is going to make it's going to play out a lot in this season, I think, with her.
Oh, it's going to be the whole season.
It's going to be the whole season. Yeah, that and the Alexis John triangle.
Oh my God, Alexis
Right? The
Bellino.
Alexis John
Is it
triangle.
Bellino or Benino?
Bellino.
She's got to have dropped Jim Bellino's name by now. She has to.
I think she still
Are
has
her
it.
and John engaged?
Yes.
Oh,
They're
he
engaged.
is such. He's
He's
a
a
Harry
bit of a
Dubin.
slime, no?
He's a slime ball.
He's
and
a
wait,
slime
isn't
ball.
he?
And what is the appeal with him? I don't see it. I
John
don't see it.
Johnson.
I don't know.
Double J.
Eh,
Hi, John. What's
Okay.
the appeal of Harry Dubin
Yeah.
from New York that they were all
yeah,
banged
and
20
you were-
ways
you
from
were
Sunday?
comparing them once
I
before.
was comparing them last week.
Yes.
He's the Dubin of the OC. But yeah,
But I feel, I mean, really, I do feel. I feel bad for Shannon, what she's
too.
facing, and I think Jeff Lewis said this, right? That she kind of got thrown to the wolves because
did.
who are her true
They're
friends?
friends.
Who are the friends going to be this season for her?
and they're good friends.
Who's going to have her back? And they're very good
Jeff
friends.
Lewis and her?
Jeff Lewis and Shannon are really good friends, but Jeff Lewis is right. She got thrown to the wolves. And who's going to be kind of in her corner? Because Tamra is a little bit of a touch and go friend with Shannon.
You can't.
You can't really
You
trust
can't
Tamra.
depend on Tamra.
No, you can't
Scatter like
depend on Tamra.
cockroaches.
Yeah,
What's
can't
all over? That's her big.
And Heather Dubrow, I
Heather,
don't know.
see, you just did what Heather cannot stand. You said,
I said the name
You
wrong.
said Heather Dubrow. She would say
Dubrow.
Dubrow. It's
Dubrow.
Dubrow.
Sorry,
Her name would
Heather.
never be Dubrow. And she's starting. I just saw, and it's been all over social media. At least my algorithm.
Okay.
She's starting this new fashion line, and I forget the woman's name, but that's a biggie dealio.
Oh, I'm okay.
That's happening. So we're gonna probably
I think
see.
she's got good style, so she might have good fashion.
I
line.
like Heather.
I like her style. Yeah.
I wanna, but I don't mind Heather. It's when she goes into fancy pants.
The fancy pants is
But
it's
then you
too
gotta
much.
love her
and
because
she's condescending.
she can be.
She can be, right?
And but then you gotta love her because she's got the one daughter who's a lesbian or bi.
Yeah.
Then she's got one who I think is transgender.
Transgender.
Coco.
Mhm.
I think the baby.
Mhm.
I mean, it seems that the first boy is a straight kid.
Yeah.
And then I think I don't know
the
about
other
the other
three
three.
children are either, I think one is bisexual, one is a lesbian, and one is a transgender, I think.
Right. So I think bravo to them because they've
Yeah.
handled it really beautifully.
I'm very supportive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So love that
I
about
do too,
them.
yeah.
And I love Dr. Dubrow.
I do too.
I'm a
Terry,
huge
we love Dr.
huge botched
Terry.
fan.
Yeah.
Huge. I told you I could do like a tummy tuck in my bed. I could do one right here. I could just throw somebody on this table and do it. I've watched that many botched. Botched all day, all night. Love it.
Yeah.
Botched.
Yes.
With
Is
Dr.
Is
Paul
it still on
Nassif.
Botch? I haven't seen
It
it in a
is.
while.
I don't know
Okay.
if it's a new season yet, but like just last year at this time, I was watching them.
Oh, okay.
And they were all new.
They're great.
They're on a Thursday night. So
Yes.
yeah, so I mean OC's
So
gonna
OC's
bring
good.
it.
There's a newbie. Her name is Katie Janella.
Gina Kirschen, I can't say her name. Kirschenschneider.
Friend.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
And she was a reporter?
She was a reporter, I think, for golf or something.
Something on the Golf Channel.
Yeah. And
Or
she might
golf.
be married to somebody who's known, but I'm not really sure. So
and
we'll
I think
find out.
Gina's bringing in her own friend. But it's horrible when somebody brings in a friend and then they end up turning on the friend.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure that'll
I
happen.
hope that doesn't happen, but we'll see.
And Gina, and Gina does mention in the trailer too, which I kind of like. She's like, look, I saw the writing on the wall. I don't drink anymore.
Yeah.
I saw the writing on the wall with Shannon, and I saw 20 years down the road, and I was like, I'm stopping.
Yeah.
So I kind of think there's something to that.
Okay.
And I don't know.
I think there's a lot of trips that are going to happen on the season. There's going to be a lot of fighting. There's going to be a lot of friendship
I hate the fighting,
changes.
I miss the days when it was
There's
about
going to be fighting,
opulence.
for sure.
When it was about opulence and it was about friendship. And if there was a tiff here and there, it was tiffs or whatever.
Some silly drama.
But not when it gets this deep down. Like,
No.
again, why Jersey needs to end. Because there's been so much violence. Dare I say violence?
God. It's at a
with
point
Jersey.
of no return with Jersey in terms of the fighting and the darkness.
It needs to
it's bad.
be done.
It's bad.
So we'll see what's going on. So, all right, we're going to keep our eye on The Bachelorette.
Yes.
We are going
We're going to keep our eye on The Bachelorette. We might cover OC, maybe.
Oh, we're definitely going to
this
cover it.
week,
We're gonna stick to the highlights.
Yes.
basically. So yeah, we might be look out for 2 episodes this week because we definitely might be getting it out there. We want to be timely.
Yes.
So you guys have a chance to listen.
Can I bring one more thing up?
Of course, you can bring 2 more things up.
One show that we haven't talked about, but I just want to talk about it because it's a favorite of mine.
Yes.
And a Real Housewives show that I feel is a little underrated is Real Housewives of Dubai.
I tell you, you told me to watch it. I watched a couple episodes, and I
love it.
I really did like it. And you were like, I love Carolyn Stanton.
I love Carolyn Stanton.
And I loved her
want
too.
to be her in my next life.
I liked her too.
I absolutely adore her. She is a perfect
What's her story
housewife.
again? Where is she from? Like
She's British.
Yes, she's a Brit.
She's very British.
And she's kind of like a Vanderpump. Not the
she's
same
a
as
bit
Lisa.
of a Vanderpump.
She's like their version of Vanderpump.
Yes. But I mean, her style is amazing. Her attitude is bitchy but amazing.
Yeah, just
she
cool.
just brings such good TV. You just want to watch her. She was on the Ladies of London, and I adored her on the Ladies of London. So I was super excited when I'm like, oh my God, now she's a housewife.
She's crossing over.
She's crossing over. So she to me. She's the whole show. Her and Chanel Ayan. I just can't stop
She's
watching
the beautiful
them.
black model.
She's a beautiful black model. I call her Iman.
Yeah, she looks like Iman.
Exactly like Iman.
She really does look like Iman.
Stunningly gorgeous. Do you know who Chanel is related to?
No.
Uba from New York.
Of course she is.
Of course, who's another amazingly beautiful
a second.
model.
They're related
I
to
think
Uba?
they're cousins.
God, they're gorgeous. Can you imagine that family?
They're like statues.
They're like
gorgeous.
freaking like the Twin Towers.
Yes.
Well, may they rest in peace. The Twin Towers. But we had girls in college that we called them the Twin Towers. They were like them.
Yeah.
Like these 2 gorgeous
perfect
models.
humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
but isn't that
specimens.
crazy that they're
related, yeah. So
Uba.
Yeah, Uba. Oh, she was one of my favorites from New York, but I digress.
It sounds like an ingredient in a hand lotion. It's made with Uba. It's Uba.
But back to
Uba.
Dubai.
Talk to
I'm
me.
excited. I think season 1 was good. Season 2 is better, and it's really picking up. And there's a newbie on it. Her name is Talim, and I love her too.
What's her story? Where is she from?
She's American, and she's been living in Dubai for a number of years with her husband, and she's got a singing background. She was a singer at one time. She might have been on one of those singing talent shows, but she's just very fierce. She speaks her mind.
Love it.
She came in as one of the other housewives' friends, but she and and the housewife Carolyn Brooks, another Carolyn, they're at odds because she's making friends with other housewives, and Carolyn Brooks doesn't like that.
She doesn't like it.
Yeah.
So there has to be conflict.
There's conflict.
But you know what I like?
It's just so good.
But you know what I like about Dubai? I think Dubai has the old housewives feel, meaning you're seeing the opulence of where
it
they
is all
are.
opulence there. Yeah.
And now is Stanberry her own wealth, or is she married to wealth, or is it both?
No, she's pretty much her own wealth.
I love that.
And she's married to a much younger guy, which is another interesting storyline.
Oh, yeah. Right. I remember that. Yes.
He's a retired soccer player.
Oh, of course
but I
he
think
is, dear.
she's the money person in that marriage.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
So she's the older and she's got herself a nice little young buck.
She's kind of got a young buck, a bit of a boy toy.
Yes.
It's kind of fun.
Oh,
and
right.
he's enamored
Yes.
with her.
Oh, yeah. And I remember in
So-
the episode I watched, it was like
Yeah.
she was just hanging out in bed with him all day.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Now he wants to have a baby, and she's, I think, 46 or 47. So she's getting to that age where she froze her eggs, and they did the embryo
she doesn't
thing.
have any kids yet?
She has 3 kids.
Oh, I was going to say.
So they're all teenagers.
So she might want a baby with a younger man?
He's dying for a baby. And that's in the storyline,
right,
too.
yes.
And she doesn't know what
I
she
remember
wants to
this
do
now.
because she's getting to that point in her life where, I've been there, done that. I'm nearing, I'm in my
Yeah,
late
it's
40s, so I
hard.
don't know if I want to go there. So.
It's hard to go back at 47.
Yes,
And
it
have
is.
you? What's been your favorite part so far of this current season? How many episodes in are they? Are they the same as Jersey?
Yeah, there's, I think, 5 episodes in. So it's a little behind Jersey. It came a little after Jersey.
Oh, right. I remember that.
So it's like episode 5 or 6 we might be
What's
on
been
with
like
that
a
now.
scene to look out for if somebody's watching it? Like, what have you thought was the best? Or is it just Caroline or bust?
I'll give you one scene that I thought was really funny.
I want to hear it.
Was Caroline and Sergio finally get their new house, which is an amazing house, and it took a while to build. And she had a tree transferred over from I don't know where, and she had this tree like
Oh my
put
God,
in
I
her
love it.
backyard.
That's so expensive.
So expensive.
Do you know how
Talk
expensive
about
that
the
is to
wealth
do?
that it must take to
To take a mature tree
Oh yes.
and move it, like if it's massive for shade.
yes.
Yeah.
Talk about,
And
making,
where are they in Dubai? Like, is it Dubai? They're actually like
they're in Dubai. I mean, I don't know.
right. I don't really know the geographical
Me
part
neither.
of it.
Me
We got to
neither.
take it. Maybe,
But
just,
Dubai is all about wealth, opulence.
Yes,
like
it's
you said.
just-
It's almost like Beverly Hills
yes.
in the Middle East.
It is
So this
really
is
where all the money is.
The money is sick.
I think
mean, the wealth it almost outdoes Beverly Hills.
No, I was going to say I think it does.
Yeah, it's
The
just
richest
crazy.
people on the planet Earth live there.
Oh, it's crazy. And that's what kind of makes the show so fascinating too.
So we'll keep
and,
our- so I
and
know
the
you're-
fighting and the friendships, it's all interesting. I love it.
And it's not over the top, but I do like
No.
the feel of the rich.
Yes, I love that feeling. I
You
think
know
a
what I
lot
mean?
of people like that.
Yeah, so it's got an old flavor to it, which we
Yeah.
really don't see anymore. Now we're seeing a lot of this, I hate you. I'm going to pull your hair out. Your extensions are on the ground. I'm going to beat you the shit out of you. I'm Jen Aiden. So, all right. So we'll keep our eye on Dubai. You'll keep us updated with any
any highlights that
news.
happen, I will bring it
hot
up.
news from Dubai.
Yes.
All right, I think we're good. I think we're going to wrap it up for today then,
Yeah.
right? All right, so hopefully we're going to be back on Friday or Saturday with
Yeah.
an OC definite highlight episode of OC. And if you can, go on over to Instagram and follow us on Littler Podcast.
Yep.
Littler Podcast, LITLR. I finally got it right. LITLR Podcast on Instagram and Ladies in the Living Room on YouTube.
Yes.
And we'll see you right back here next time in the living room. What do you say, Kristen?
Yep. See you in a couple of days. Please tune in.
Yeah, we'll be here.
We'll be here.
Bye.